Some of the scariest situations that I've ever been in are being around people, especially teenagers, that are very unpredictable, like feel like they're unstable. I've been at parties before where some drugs were going on and there was a few people that weren't in their right mind, if you know what I mean. And it's scary being around those people because you never really know what's going to happen, especially if they're already kind of weird or you know about them and they're the weird kids at school. We're going to react to 2 weird kids stories from Spooked today, and it's bound to be pretty scary. Make sure to check him out, guys, and subscribe to his channel, and let's get into this reaction.
I'm currently a middle school student, and last year I made the mistake of signing up for my grade's band class.
Okay.
There's a lot of reasons I hate the class, but to be brief, it's basically a friend group that makes me cringe. It's a friend group of 5 boys and girls, and they basically consisted of these really pale, acne-faced kids, and half of them systematically had long or dyed hair.
Okay.
Every time I listened to their conversations, it was basically about Reddit, Big Chungus, or Rick and Morty.
Okay.
And if they weren't talking about that, it was that they were doing the T-pose or other Fortnite dances.
All right.
Anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
So just me and
on with the
act it.
story.
You're right. Got you.
Now, out of this friend group was this one really weird kid named Mock.
Okay.
He was sort of the alpha of the bunch and
All
was
right.
extremely extroverted, but not in a fun way, just really obnoxious and loud.
Oh,
He was
my
kind of
God,
known
I
all
hate
around school for that,
people.
and also
I
posting
really
these
do, man.
really weird pictures on Instagram where he tried to be funny.
Okay.
Anyway, the only person I
I
liked
get
in that
you.
class was our band teacher, Mr. Terrence. He would
Yeah.
usually put Mock back in his place, and most of the time poke fun at him in the process.
That's good.
This would make the entire class laugh.
Got him.
So Mock
Kept him in
was
check.
basically humiliated each class, which was satisfying for
I
us
mean,
all, to say the least.
Exactly, but he was asking
One
for it,
morning,
right?
though, I was in the main hall when I saw Mock quite literally come to school in some sort of furry headpiece and a toy replica of the Rick and Morty portal gun.
Okay.
I thought nothing of it, besides that it was classic Mock. I just went
Was it
about
a
my day,
portal gun,
and everything went
or-
as normal. That was until English period, though.
Uh-oh.
We were in mid-exam when suddenly the school's alarm went off.
Oh, no.
The teacher tells us to stay calm,
Maybe
and that's
it
when the
wasn't a
principal's
replica of a
voice on the
portal gun.
speakerphone tells the school that this was a code red, internal threat lockdown, and that it was not a drill. We all hid behind shelves, the teacher's desk, and basically anywhere we could hide behind. It was dead silent for a couple minutes before we all heard police officers running in the
Oh,
hallway.
thank
I
God.
remember I could faintly hear an ambulance coming from outside.
I was about to say,
What the
if
hell
we
was
would have started
happening?
hearing machine
We
guns or
must have
something.
waited there for a good 30 minutes before they rushed everyone out
Gunshots
of the
in general
building
would've
and
been
into
nuts.
school buses,
Right.
with some parents even picking up their children. I got onto the bus, and I remember everyone was extremely agitated, with all
Guess.
kinds of rumors spreading.
Kind of like
The
bomb
most
threats,
common
right?
one being that someone got killed.
Oh
But who got killed, no one knew. The bus dropped us off, and I eventually made it home safe.
Did he kill the band teacher?
Later that night, I found out that they allegedly found Mr. Terrence stabbed to death in the staff's restroom. He was found wearing a furry headpiece, the same that Mock was wearing coming to school this morning. I just couldn't believe it. The news also said that, after the murder, Mock had then calmly left the school and gone back home, where he was arrested.
Holy
I couldn't find any articles
crap.
for some reason. The only thing I could find was this picture Mock posted on his Instagram that same
Dude!
morning. Looking back on it now,
Oh
there's no
my
reason to
God.
doubt the fact that this kid was seriously sick in the head.
Dude, that shook me to the core. Holy crap.
When I was in the 6th grade, we had a friend
Oh
group which
my
consisted
God,
of
Spooked.
me, Phil,
Dude.
Robbie, and Patrick. I
Disturbing.
remember there was this one shy kid, Gus,
Okay.
who was a little overweight, and although my friend group wasn't really friends with him, he just came about when he started following us around silently.
All right.
We
That is
really
kind of
thought
weird.
nothing of it, and we'd more so make fun of him.
Social awkward kids, though,
I
weird,
often felt
man.
bad for him, but me being so young, I didn't really like being honest about it.
Yeah.
We were a good group of friends,
Just trying to prove.
and we were used to taking turns
You know,
doing
being silly.
sleepovers at our houses.
Right.
One night, it was my turn for the sleepover, and Robbie, Phil, and Patrick all came one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick came last, and after he was here, we all headed to the living room to play on the Xbox.
Yeah.
That's when, for some reason, we all hear the doorbell ring for a fourth time.
The new friend? Or the person that was hanging around?
Phil asked me if I ordered pizza, to which I said not yet.
Was y'all
We went to open the door, and sure enough,
him?
it was Gus. He literally came to the sleepover uninvited.
Oh.
He awkwardly says hello, and I sort of invite him inside because whoever drove him to my house immediately left.
Wow.
As I do so, Robbie asked me if I invited him, to which I said that I didn't.
Yeah.
And that he must have overheard me inviting everyone, including him, to my house
play
for the
that
sleepover.
situation though, man?
Or at least that's what I thought.
Right.
We all go back to the living room, and the entire time, Gus would just linger awkwardly in the background. It was a little creepy for all of us, but I guess we were too focused on the Xbox to talk to him.
Yeah.
About an hour later, we decide to order the pizzas, and that's when Patrick jokingly says we should order 2 pizzas for Gus. We all knew it was lighthearted, but for some reason, Robbie and Patrick kept going at him and making fun of him.
Oh no.
I looked over to Gus, and he just looked kind of sad.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, they all eventually moved on from the fat jokes.
Good. Good.
It was getting a little late, so we all decided to go to the basement where we all usually slept.
I mean, that's kids though, like they rip on people, right?
And fall asleep. For some reason, I wake up at about 3 a.m. I think I must have had a nightmare or something.
Okay.
Either way, it was at that moment that I saw Gus standing in the corner of my room. I sort of lay there frozen, as I tried to make out whether he notices me seeing him or what.
Right.
But he just keeps standing there. I called out to him gently, "Gus, are you okay?"
Like just watching you sleep?
I asked him quietly. He didn't say anything back though.
Dude, what a weird
Then he suddenly
kid.
walked out of the room. I decided to get up and quietly follow him.
Yeah, that's
I was
best.
genuinely curious as to what was making him act so
Please
strange.
don't get a kitchen knife, Gus.
I see him make his way to my kitchen, where he opens the fridge. As the bright light of the fridge shines on him, I notice his eyes are closed.
Oh, he's
He
sleepwalking.
was sleepwalking. While I'm hiding behind the kitchen doorway, he just stood there in front of the fridge. I turned the kitchen lights on, hoping it would maybe
I had a
wake him
friend
up,
that peed in the refrigerator
but
sleepwalking
that didn't
before.
do anything.
He told me about it. It was crazy.
I walked towards him and, again, asked him if he was okay.
Right.
And once more, nothing.
They out of it when they sleepwalking is
I
what I
gently
hear.
placed my hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's when, all of a sudden, he starts shouting at the top of his lungs. His eyes, now wide open, he screamed, "I'm not fat. Stop calling me fat," repeatedly over and over again. As he's doing so, he suddenly grabs me by the shoulders and pushes me back. My parents rush downstairs, and that's when he stops and stays there, silent again. Then Phil, Robbie, and Patrick came upstairs to see what was going on.
Right.
We asked him again if he knew what was wrong, but we all kind of knew what he was shouting, even though it wasn't a reason to freak out like that.
Right.
Then he suddenly said he wanted to go home, and my dad brought him home.
Dude.
The following Monday, we saw him at school and tried our best to ignore him.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he got the message, and we never really talked to him again from that day on.
You know, socially awkward people, I gotta say, man, it's weird that you can be so socially awkward, but inviting yourself to someone else's function or house, even though you want to be there, you think you want to be there, right? You start feeling like you got left out, and all of a sudden it's more awkward to be there than it would be not to be there. As a young kid too, you don't really have a filter. That's just weird, man. First story got me hard though. God dang. Y'all be cautious out there, guys. Love y'all. Make sure to hit Spooked up. Awesome narrations and stories as always, as well as a couple other Spooked reactions that I've done. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.